We are live. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to the David Starlyte Show. Great for all the old people to be here, all our regulars, our loyal followers. Thank you for being there. And to all new people, welcome to the show. We're online every week, same time, same place. Although sometimes a little bit of the time goes a little bit differently. This morning, the connection was a bit funny. And I come to you live from Australia, the Great Barrier Reef. So I live along the Great Barrier Reef. Some people are asking me where I was taking the pictures, and I said, well, that's pretty much on my doorstep. Well, a few minutes away, and a lot of interesting sights. There's a very long beach called 4 Mile Beach, which is about a 5-minute walk for me down the street, and beautiful long beach with tropical coconut trees alongside, lots of trees, and quite bushy, we have lots of storms in the summer. So welcome everyone. If you do appreciate the comment, please do like and share. I do appreciate your support. We are live, so anyone new, please do write in the comments section. And how is the week going? It's been intense. I was struggling to sleep with the full moon. It's the strawberry full moon. It was beautiful out here. How was it for you? Did you see the moon? Did you feel the energy of the moon? Waiting for some comments to come through. Let's just okay. All right, so I will pick from the Buddhist oracle deck, which is called, there it is, Buddhism Oracle. Just tuning into the energies of the day, just checking in. How is it going collectively? Is there any lesson, any message coming through from the collective? Just catching up here. Joker Venom says, hi, what are you doing? We just do collective readings, future predictions, and general conversation dialogue, meditation as well, live predictions, and intuitive readings. All right, so tuning in to the Buddhism Oracle deck, and we have pure speech. Well, we could all learn something from that. Pure speech. Happiness comes when your words are pure, bringing about kindness and benefit to yourself and others. So where does the word begin? It's also the thought. So purifying your thought will therefore purify your words. So it starts with the thoughts. And one way we purify thoughts is through meditation, purification, rituals, prayers, and the words you use, you can think of them like seeds. You're planting seeds. You can say something kind, something supportive, or you can say something, I guess you could use the analogy of a weed, or you could say you're planting the seed in your heart, another metaphor. So what seeds are you planting, and where are you planting the seeds? So the connection isn't so good. Just going to close the window a little bit. Maybe there's a bit of background sound coming through. That may be a little bit better. Yeah, the Wi-Fi isn't so strong at the moment, so it could just be the remote location. Hope that gets better and improves. You have the power to destroy worlds with your words, to poison yourself and poison the world around you. Or perhaps on the other side, perhaps more importantly, you have the power to create beautiful worlds, to inspire people, to plant beautiful flowers in your garden, in a garden, a beautiful sacred garden. So it's a big topic because generally we find we reflect in conversation, we reflect the people around us. So we are influenced by how they speak, or we can be influenced by how they speak. So who you surround yourself by is also significant. So I would say less rather than be quick in your speech. Rather say less, rather take time to think about whatever's going on. We do get caught up in cycles of, often it's speed, which creates drama. Drama creates speed, and speed creates drama. Excitement, a lot of buzz, a lot of movement, and that affects our speech, because really the contemplative angle, the contemplative way is slow speech, is slowing down your speech with being mindful of everything you say, thinking before you speak. And have you ever got angry with someone, and then how did you control yourself? How did you respond within you? Did you react, or did you take a deep breath? Did you respond? So Joker Venom says, "Hi, where are you in the world?" Angelique says, "Can I ask for a general reading, David?" Hi there. How are you, Angelique? Let's pick a card for Angelique. Okay, so it seems like there's a lot of healing around you, a lot of healing energy around you. It's almost like I feel like that energy is coming for you. So does that make sense, Angelique? I'm tuning into the Starseed Oracle. What there is the unseen world, what we don't see, the energy around us, and often we don't see spirit guides, angels, and the like. But doesn't mean they're not there. Doesn't mean they're not around us. Jocus, so we covered that. Marianne, good morning. Welcome to the show. I was a little bit late again, just with the Wi-Fi connection not being very strong. How's your week going? How's it going? So Angelique, there's a feeling of frustration at the moment, and it's almost like, just be a little bit patient, just get through this, just keep going. I really get strongly, just keep going, be a bit patient. You do have a lot of things stirring, a lot of things that, almost like I was talking about planting seeds, a lot of ideas, and it's, some of them are too many ideas, and some of them are going to take time. So just kind of add some strategy, add some position yourself in a way. All right, I'm going to put away these ideas for later, and I'm going to invest my time in these two ideas, instead of throwing around too many darts, like hurling darts everywhere. So it feels like things are being woven for you, but it's getting caught up or slowed down in too many thoughts and emotions that are a little bit on the chaotic side. So just try and add a bit of order into your world, order, sequence. It's almost like if you cleaned, Jordan Peterson, the psychologist, Canadian psychologist, he says, clean your desk or clean your room, like get things in order before you go out into the world. So I like that approach. It's a little bit simplistic, because a lot of very creative people live in a mess, and it doesn't mean they're not brilliantly creative and productive people in the world. It does help though, Angelique. So a little bit of slow down, deep breaths, strategy, really position yourself. This is the direction that I am going in, that I really want to go in. And it's like the word that keeps coming up is prioritize. Prioritize. All right, thank you, Angelique. And Angelique says, yes, that makes sense. And thank you, Angelique. And then I have been in a healing chrysalis, but yes, I have to release those thoughts and emotions. Amazing, a healing chrysalis. So we had this beautiful card come through for you, Angelique, which reflects that. Reflects a lot of healing going on, which is really beautiful. A healing chrysalis. What a beautiful metaphor. What a beautiful image I get from healing chrysalis. Thank you. That's beautiful. So catching up on the comments, hot spell for the next 4 days. I'm melting. How hot is it, Marianne? I've got changes coming with all the people in my life. What am I looking at? Question mark. I'm thinking you may need to get some aircon, Marianne. It just seems like way too hot. Kim says, hi, good morning, Kim. How are you? And Marianne says, going to 100 degrees. 100 degrees, I'm just converting that to Celsius. I've always worked in Celsius, and it's funny we have two different systems. I think America decided they would go into Celsius, but then nobody really wanted to commit to it, so they just keep in Fahrenheit. And it's the same with things like feet. America went metric. So metric, I grew up with metric, so it was incredibly simple as a child, maybe too simple to learn the metric system, because everything's like 100 centimeters in a meter, 100 centimeters in a meter. So it's all very geometric, 100, 1,000. I think there's 1,000 millimeters in a meter. So you got the millimeters small, and then centimeters about that size. Just between your fingers is a centimeter. So 100 centimeters is a meter, and then a meter is often, a lot of things are measured in meters. And meters is kind of, it's it's kind of like, it would be across your, if you had to move your arms out a little bit, that would be a meter. You could a meter's 100 centimeters, or 1,000 millimeters. A millimeter is very small. So the metric system I found really easy. I didn't really learn feet, although everyone still kind of said how tall they were, and I was always saying I was 7 foot tall, but not really. And Marianne said, I guess the American Revolution was the reason we didn't want to do anything British. Well, as far as I know, that you did convert to metric, but people just weren't willing to follow. I don't know where the metric system is from. I think it's kind of, the point of that metric system is that it's universal. It's not sort of related to geography. It's mathematical. But it originated in France in the French Revolution. So the French Revolution is the source, Marianne. And it's really about sort of scientific order, the scientific method, having foundations that made sense. So the scientists defined the base unit of length, a meter, as 1/10,000,000th of the distance from the Earth's equator to the North Pole. So it's very much connected to the Earth. And I didn't realize that. And then everything's interconnected, broken from the meter. So everything's tied together from the meter. And it came around in 1795. I didn't realize it had been so long, and it came from France. Marianne says, and as for the AC, the bedroom is cool, the living room is warm. So do you have AC in the bedroom, or how is it staying cool? All right, so I'm just following this. Let me just see. There we go. Natural foundation scientists originally defined the base unit of length, the meter, as 1/10 millionth of the distance from the Earth's equator to the North Pole. Interconnected units. They designed the system so units were tied together. For example, a liter is simply the volume of a cube, 10 centimeters on each side. And a liter of water weighs exactly 1 kilogram. Just exactly 1 kilogram. And Marianne says, a fan on high. All right, so what do you think of the metric system? It comes from France, and it seems like a really brilliant system and very logical. And it's I don't know why what happened in America with the metric system, because it would make your lives so much easier. Because I believe the government did take on the metric system, as far as I know, but I don't know what. I think you have a hybrid, kind of like a hybrid system. But there are like in photography and medicine, you are using some of the metric system. Nutrition labels as well. So you've got a hybrid system. But apparently it's mostly time and money for why it hasn't been fully adopted into the common culture. Time and money. So there you go. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating that we live on the same earth, but we use different measuring systems. And I think the Fahrenheit is really so cool. I love that word, Fahrenheit. I think it also sounds maybe French. Fahrenheit. Amazing. So let me know in the comment sections if you are online. Please do like and share the show if you are inspired to do so. It's much appreciated. Marianne says the conversion math is a little tricky. Some things run on metrics, the rest don't. 2-liter sodas, 200-meter races. Yeah, so you've got this hybrid system. So some things are running on the metric. But to convert, yeah, you just kind of need to, yeah, you don't need to convert, because you just go into the metric system, which is already, for a lot of things it's running. Like all your athletics events, they all run in the metric system. All the Kim says I'm here, so Kim is still there. Any comments on the metric system? Do you feel like it would be good to have the metric system? Do you feel like nostalgic perhaps for holding on to something that's traditional? I guess there's many ways of looking at it, and I think it's cool you have a hybrid system. I think that's kind of cool. Like 5-kilometer race is 3 miles. 5-kilometer race is 3 miles. Let's see. 5 kilometers converts. Yeah, approximately. That's what I got. 3.1.6 miles. So it's 3.10686. Marianne? Let's see. I've got a conversion thing on Google. got a conversion thing on Google. All right, so I am going to pick a card from the Starseed Oracle. Did anyone see the big full moon, the rainbow, the beautiful strawberry moon? Lots of amazing pictures. It was really big and seemed large in the sky. Did you feel the effects? Were you able to sleep? Were you able to function well? Some people have different responses to the moon. It can give you a lot of energy. It can make you very tired. People, how do you respond to the moon energy? I'm curious. So we have an energy coming forward collectively, which is maybe reminding us what's important, going back to our origins of protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. So it seems like almost we're subconsciously connecting to those energies, desiring them, and wishing them to take hold in the collective. So there has been a real tumultuous kind of gathering and unraveling of the masculine energy. Both have been happening. It's a change which is quite chaotic. So the masculine has been sometimes criticized, sometimes traditionally overwhelmed the feminine, or controlled the feminine out of fear. So the big thing with the masculine has been fear. And it's going through a lot of changes on earth, a lot of permutations. There's still some religions that are holding on to this masculine patriarchy, masculine power, where everything's about men, basically. And the religious documents often removed any talk about females, about women. It often got purified or cleansed out of the purified is the wrong word, deliberately cleansed out of these religious documents. So they removed iconography that referred to the divine feminine, which of course is our origin. So interesting permutation with the energies of the masculine and the feminine. Kim says, yes, I have a perfect view of the rising moon from my living room. So it's so nice. I'd love to see that, Kim. How beautiful. That sounds amazing. So incredible strawberry moon. Marianne says, I'm strange. A full moon energizes me. It was noticed when I worked an overnight shift. I don't think that's strange. I think a lot of people do get that as well, Marianne. I struggle to sleep, so I do get a lot of energy and I struggle to sleep. But then sometimes I have the reverse effect where I feel exhausted. So it just depends on the cycles. Everything is always moving and changing. All right, so Marianne, you were asking me, what am I looking at? Got changes coming with all people. What am I looking at? Okay, we'll just check in with the cards, Marianne. So this card is asking you to look deeper, look at the wisdom, the archetypes of what is presented for you. Don't just look at the surface level. There's hidden secrets and lost wisdom in what is unfolding in your life, and It also reflects the collective energies of things starting to come out, things, people starting to see beyond the surface level, starting to see that there's a much richer story of human beings on planet Earth. There's a much richer ancestry and history of human beings, that what we've been told is not, it's not necessarily accurate. All right, so that's the card for you. All right. So I slept a bit better. I have a bit of a cold. It's a bit of a strange one. And the Wi-Fi is still not amazing. So apologies if this is a little bit glitchy. Amazing how much Wi-Fi we have in the world. Not necessarily a good thing. And it does affect our sleep and our nervous system. It would be great to be in the forest camping without all the Wi-Fi. So I recommend some camping in the wilds. Wouldn't that be amazing to be camping in the wilds? All right, so let's have a look. Beatrice, welcome to the show. How are you? I think I've seen you before, Beatrice. And where are you in the world? That's such a beautiful name. Beatrice Allegra. Love that name. I think there's someone in the royal family called Beatrice, I think. I don't follow the British royal family. Is that correct? Someone in the British royal family called Beatrice. I'm doing fine. I'm in Arizona. Very interesting part of the world, Beatrice. I've never been to Arizona, not yet. I find it quite intriguing. The kind of energy, vortices, the connection there seems really strong. And I had a friend in Sedona. She always said that I should move to Sedona, and that Sedona would be for me, and I would be for Sedona. So I'm curious what Arizona is like. It must be very hot, very, very hot. God's card says correct. I don't know what is correct. Maybe you could explain. And Beatrice says deaf. I think you mean all the way in Arizona. Sedona, nice weather, Beatrice says, but very hot. Kind of like a desert in Sedona, or is that just Arizona has a desert, but it's not the whole Arizona is desert. I really don't know very much about Arizona, but I'd love to visit someday. Maybe come and visit you, Beatrice. And how are you today? How are the energies with the strawberry moon? How is it going? Very hot. Princess Beatrice, there we go. Princess Beatrice, beautiful. So there you go. You have a princess named after you. Where I live, hot, member of the royal family. Yeah, absolutely. So there is this British royal family that have this Beatrice. I don't think it is you though, but you never know. We do sometimes have royalty on the show, and we do always welcome royalty because it's they're part of the human collective as well. Beatrice says, wish I was a queen. Well, maybe you are somebody's queen, Beatrice. No, not me. Maybe you are part of that archetype. And maybe when we have an idea like that, we can step into the vibration, we can step into the energy. If that resonates you, you can step into the energy of a queen. Would you really want to be a queen, though, Beatrice? And why would you want to be a queen? I think it would be rather strange. I would find it really awkward, and I'd be just like, I don't think these systems will continue for long. I think people start to just laugh at them. Uh, they stop to take it seriously. It's like, how do you take it seriously? It's kind of just, it's all just an act, like play. And yet, I guess we're all playing that. It's all kind of fun. The world is a stage. So Beatrice is a realtor, and Marianne says, and my cousin, when he did our genealogy, found ancestors on one of the branches of the Orsini royal family in Italy. So Marianne, I always knew it. You are royalty. Marianne is royalty. Beatrice is a realtor. Amazing. Let's see. Would you like me to pick a card for you, Beatrice? And great to have you in the show. It's always exciting to connect with new people and expand our network and just connect with people from all over the world and different countries, different vibrations, different energies, different problems sometimes, and have conversations, have dialogues, have mutual union, coming together in dialogue. So I feel like there's an ending, there's a shift here. It's almost like a, could be a relationship. It feels like you're stepping away from it, which these cards are bringing that out. There's a stepping away, and it's just almost like time now to move on. Sometimes we just need to shift things along. It's not really about wrong or right. It's just every book has its chapters. Sometimes it's like close the chapter on that. It's like time to move on. Fresh energy, no need to keep going in the same cycle. All right, so let's tune into the Starseed Oracle cards. And the Starseed Oracle cards really bringing out your uniqueness. So it's kind of saying, like, embrace being unique. Don't try and fit in with everyone else. Like, stand out as a unique individual, and that's going to serve you best. Some people will be naturally attracted to that. Some people won't be. You want the people who are attracted to your uniqueness, your personality. And these cards are saying the guides want you to kind of face what's true for you, face your true north, be your authentic self, express yourself in the world in a way that's you. So it's like almost nothing you need to do. It's just be yourself. And sometimes that's the hardest thing for people to do, because there's so much fear in our society, so much fear about being exposed or being rejected, or if we are just ourselves. But this card is saying you've got this. That's going to bring you much more joy, much more happiness, and ultimately much more freedom, because you don't need to get sucked in, by what you think people want you to be, what you think people want you to do, what you think people want you to look like, what you think people want you to wear, all the conditions of society. It's saying, be yourself, be your unique personality. That's going to serve you most in your life, Beatrice. So thank you, Beatrice, for being with the show. And if anyone else is new to the show, please do say hi. Did anyone hear about the crash in New York? Marianne, did you hear about that? What happened? That sounds really sad. Beatrice says, thank you, Beatrice. And God's Card says, hi. So what is your name, God's Card? I'd love to know your name. I heard there was a crash in New York. I think it was a train. And hi, Naomi. I thought you spelled Naomi A-O. Is that how you spell your name? No, Noemi. It's like Noemi, not Naomi. It's Noemi. I think I was getting that. I thought maybe you. No. I thought you just misspelled your name, but I reckon it's. I reckon you know how to spell your name. No, Amy. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. No, maybe there are people. Yeah, I think there's two names. Yeah. I'm getting a bit sidetracked. I hope you don't mind. I'm just curious about your spelling. Oh, so you are not Naomi. You are not Naomi with the A, like that. Oh, okay. Because I kind of like the OA as well. No, like a Noemi. That's kind of cool. Marianne says, hasn't hit the news yet. Was it in New York Transit or Lure? I don't know, Marianne. What a beautiful name, Naomi. I think it's such a beautiful name. Sometimes we take things for granted. And maybe when I see it on my screen, it just seems to shine. And there's a brilliant tennis player named Naomi Osaka. Brilliant tennis player. And so there's kind of a Japanese element of Naomi. I think there's a biblical Naomi and then there's a Japanese Naomi. So it's cool that you've got sort of Western and Eastern roots in this name, in this beautiful name. And even the French variant, it's got a very gentle kind of feeling to it. It feels really gentle. I just feel so much gentleness. And God's Cards Naomi says, bus crash. Long Island Railroad, and there's Metro North, the three major train lines. Well, sending lots of love to any possible victims of the crash. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, great to have you on the show, Naomi. And Naomi says 2 people died, so sending those souls a peaceful transition. And I was looking at Bashar. I saw this morning. I just saw the headlines, and Bashar said that everyone every soul comes to the earth knowing that they're going to die. And kind of we tend to look at death in a often very kind of selfish way, or way that we hold on to life as if there's a choice. But ultimately every soul signs up for this, which is basically you have a limited contract. You're here for a certain time and then you're going to move on. You're going to transition back into your soul consciousness, your soul pod, your soul union. So everyone comes with that. So how we see people passing, often we're angry, which is, it's understandable, the stages of grief, or we blame. Often people blame, and sometimes there is human error. Absolutely, there is human error. But from a different perspective, everyone is signing up for that. Everyone chooses their own exit point. The exit point is chosen, it is agreed upon. So we may resist it, we may fight it, we may not agree with it, but it is a type of inevitability, and it is a type of contract. Which doesn't mean not to be sad and not to cherish life and cherish each other. But just to know that it is transitory, it is ephemeral, it is short-lived. And that can also make us enjoy our lives much more and kind of let go of the small things. So the fact that it is so short, we don't know when it's going to end. And Naomi says, thank you. Great to be here. Lovely to have you, Naomi. Guys, see the news, Beatrice says, and Marianne says, I'll have to look it up on Google, hoping it's not a tour bus. All right, so we were going to pick a card for Naomi. Yeah. So this song is very much related to coming out, sharing your voice, sharing your harmony, the frequency of sound. But it's not just your physical voice. It's your identity, your energy, your unique vibration. So the card kind of beckons, it says, express yourself creatively, express yourself in the world. That's what you're here to be doing, to be expressing yourself, to sharing your energy. And it is a kind of almost like a mentality or belief system. You can think of Madonna and how much energy it takes to be Madonna. She's really taken on that kind of archetype, and it's a very strong energy. I am Madonna. It's very powerful. So I'm not encouraging you to be Madonna. I'm just saying to express yourself in the world is really important, and to sing your soul's song. So Naomi, it's about singing your soul's song. That's the clear message. And we all have fears and doubts. I certainly do, fears and doubts and things that we're holding on to. And this is saying you are enough. You are absolutely enough. There's nothing, you're not missing anything. You are complete. You are whole. And give others the opportunity to see who you truly are, to let go of these things you think are your flaws or your hang-ups. Let that go and come out and let your soul sing. Let your soul sing. So that's the message for you, Naomi. Thank you. Oh, so you see there's a bit of sun on my face. All right, so we'll just do a quick breathing meditation. And this one is really simple. Breathe in for a count of 4 through the nose and breathe out through the mouth for a count of 6. Very simple practice, breath work. We'll just do it for a short time. You can keep doing it after the show. And I will just be with you now briefly. You can start to practice now. So at your own count, there's not a sort of exact, it doesn't need to be exact when you count to 4, but as long as you are practicing, you can do breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you do get distracted, just coming back to your breath, to your practice. Keeping your awareness gentle and fluid. And you can keep practicing that offline. We can do some more next week, or maybe even sooner. Maybe we can do some flash shows coming online, checking in with you all. I've really enjoyed being with you today, and I'm wishing for you a beautiful evening, a beautiful afternoon, wherever you are in the world, or a beautiful morning. May you be blessed. May you be the peace you seek in the world. And thank you for being there, Stu. Thank you for your connection and love, and sending you radiant love and sunshine. It's just so much sunshine today. So I'm enjoying the sunshine. And see you all next week, or perhaps even sooner. Have a good one. Bye.